Today, I want to be speaking of healing, the fear of healing. How many of you know that you can heal, but it's the fear that you can't heal? I did the Reiki. I became a master at Reiki about 24 years ago, so it was a long time ago before anybody had heard about Reiki. I tried it, I looked at it. Of course, it's Japanese, so you better be good at doing calligraphy with the drawings and the illustrations that come with the Reiki initiation. But I wanted something that was simpler, something for the Westerner, something that we could use in our everyday lives. Understanding what does healing mean, as I always say, here's the simple side of it. You got to heal away from being the human. You got to heal away from the programming. You know, when you look at your ailments, when you look at your illnesses, I guarantee you that is from a pent-up journey of maybe anger, maybe jealousy, maybe frustration, maybe abuse, maybe lack of confidence. The list goes on, right? So trying to understand your spiritual side is like looking up to the heavens, hoping something's going to come flying out of the ceiling and give you messages. Quite possible, let me tell you. But on an average, you're trying to understand the message of who you are. I bring the empathy, I bring the Be Me being, because it knows both sides. I've learned what I've learned from spirituality. I can see what the world is doing with spirituality. I've learned from the material world, and I can see what's happening with the material world. But the message of Be Me is you. That's your authentic self. Slap bang in the middle of both. What is healing? How do we understand healing? Healing the body, healing the mind, healing the emotions. Beamism is about preparing you to understand your own healing. If you can conquer your mind, you're 90% there, because it's all in the mind. Everybody is being affected by their minds. So therefore, what we need to do is balance mind and emotions, the Be Me. Stop and ask yourself, is your mind always arguing with your emotions? And yes is the answer. I know the answer to that because it's always been doing it, because that is the only thing that you're used to. You're used to that mind just going on and over and over and over things that you just can't let go of. Healing that is something that will make you feel absolutely amazing. Just that alone. You don't have to do anything for anyone, anywhere. When I went through the process of healing, I thought, as soon as I'm going to be healed, maybe I could just go back and do the hairdressing and just do the makeup and the photography, go back to what I used to love. But my soul turned around and said, what, you think you've been through all of that just so that you can go back to hairdressing? Do you really think that's going to happen? Well, in my free will state of being a human being, of course, yes, I thought that was going to happen. But a lot of you have gone through a lot of shit. And trust me, it seems healers have to go through a lot of shit to discover the true meaning of healing. And I'll tell you for why. We need healers that are true. We need healers that are real. We need healers that are natural. And that can only come about from somebody who has experienced the worst of themselves, got through it, understood it, came out on the other side with new instructions on how to get through that journey. Because what we've got going on is everybody is stuck in a journey. And I'm talking about the healing of depression, healing of the mind, healing of your journey, healing of your thoughts. The list goes on. Healing relationships, healing a heartache, healing grief. All of these can be healed once you start to understand how perfect that journey is to your life. Why look at your journey, take out the good bits, but hate all the bad bits? trust me on this one, you're probably going to work out that you could have 75%, 80% of bad bits, and you're hanging on to this 20% that you say, well, I had happy times in them 20%. It's piss poor, isn't it, really, when you think about it, to think that you came to life and all you got was 20% of happiness, considering everybody wants happiness, don't they? Everybody on the planet. 7.5 billion people all want to be happy. But the question comes, did you come here to be happy, or did you come here to be healed? That's the thing, isn't it? I think the human is a trap. You're going to hear me say this all the time because it trapped me. It injured me. It confused me. It wanted to take my life. So trying to understand spirituality didn't give me the answers. I wanted to discover something greater than that. Then, that's when the journey starts to get cranky. That's when it all starts to go really weird. Some really weird things can happen. We don't have the answers for them, but once you get good at it, once you understand and once you have more experience behind yourself, it starts to make sense. And it gets to the point where you actually can laugh about it because it's so ridiculous. But of course, at the time, it was very drastically disastrous. Seeing the funny side of it, I do a lot of my healing with humour. And what it means by that is that I don't go into that, ooh, none of that stuff. None of the twinkly music and the funny clothing and all of this. It's not there. It doesn't have to be for us. That's for other people that create that image. And I've been in imaging all my life. So I know what image is all about. I wanted my spirituality, or my message, let's say, I wanted it to be normal. I wanted it for everyone. I didn't want it just because of a few. I wanted a message that was important, something that gave meaning and purpose. And how that came about was being a channel, being a psychic on TV for many years. It was good that that was happening, but I wanted the message. Where's the message? All you lot are from Spirit, you're giving me these messages. Sorry, they're not good enough. I want something more concrete. I want something that is valuable, that is going to help and be the benefit of people that are going through their problems. Little did I know, I had to go through them problems because it was the only way I was going to get the message. And to me, the soul basically turns around and said, if you can get through this, then you're worthy of the message, which means when you're worthy of the message, it means it comes from you naturally. My story is naturally mine, even though it seemed very confusing and it was way out there compared to the life I was having. It was completely different that your mind couldn't even compute with it. You're definitely going to think you're going off your trolley. So, being scared of healing is one of the big fig leaves that has to fall away from you, because sometimes you do healing and you think, oh, maybe that was a fluke. Maybe she was going to get better anyway. Maybe it was a bit of a miracle, but so what? Big deal. Don't know the answer to it. Haven't got the instructions on how to do it. It just happened. But after a while, when the fear comes away from you, you start doing it a little bit more. But you do it this time with a naturalness. It's a really strange thing. And my biggest question to Spirit was this. I thought, whilst going through that awakening, I thought it was going to be all fireworks. I really did. I thought I was going to be on cloud 9 and possibly even walk on water, as they say. That kind of feeling, something so unique, so different, so out there that it was amazing. When I went through all that healing, I didn't kind of get any of that. There was no big fireworks or anything. I was a little bit disappointed, I must admit. But when I said to Spirit, why is there no fireworks? Why isn't there this something that feels so totally amazing? And they went to me, because it's natural. And I went, so I've been through all of this journey, crucifying myself, destroying myself, losing just about everything that I own, just for me to find a place of naturalness? And they went, yeah, because the journey of the human being, in actual fact, is unnatural. Think about what I just said there. I didn't know what the gift was going to be. I didn't know how I was going to use it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. But when I got to that point of naturalness, as I said, I was a little bit disappointed because it felt all right, let's put it that way. But what I didn't realise is how far I've come. Monday turns into Tuesday, into Wednesday, into Thursday, 1 month, 1 year, disappears. Sometimes understanding what healing is about is being able to go back into your journey and have a real good look at what you used to be like, and then take a real good look of how you are now. And that's the healing journey. And it is a very, very slow process. So you have to become very aware of how slow that is. But once you understand that it is moving you somewhere and it's taking you somewhere, and don't forget, what I want to teach you is that it's going to take you to becoming a better you. The Be Me Baby, as I call it. Body, mind, energy, being a better you. Be Me Baby. We are all babies in the beginning, and healing needs to be matured. Because when we want to do a healing, we want to believe that something is going to work in a miracle. But here's the thing. Miracles can happen. I've proven it. And I've seen them with my own eyes, and they've been witnessed as well. I used to want to think I could heal everybody, but then they got to the point that that's not possible. It has to be coming from a different level of the soul. But I tell you what is the healing. It is the power of intention, of enabling yourself to speak freely enough to turn around and say to somebody, let me see if I can try and heal that. And that's the humorous side. Got nothing to lose. Almost like a little magic trick, if you like, because sometimes that's exactly what it feels like. You do it. You do this miracle healing, and you spend 2-3 days thinking, I just don't know how that's happened. That is amazing. That's incredible. And it's really hard to get your head around it. So what you've got going on is the fear of healing. And I'll tell you for why. Because it's in the programming. This is going to be a big one of why all you awakening healers are actually scared to come out and tell the world that you could be an incredible healer. And it's because of the Christian faith. Think about that for the moment. I'm not here to upset Christians, trust me. But if one man comes onto the planet and he's this incredible healer, and he's connected to divinity, and God works through him because he and God are one, right? That's the gift, right? That's the power. What do you think the controlling system at that particular time said? We don't want anybody overriding what we've put into place. We don't want somebody coming here and taking control. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of him. Just kill him. We don't care if he's the Son of God. Just kill him. In there is your fear. Because it's let the world know that if you try to beat the system or try to change the system or turn around and say that you are this incredible healer, we're going to nail you to the cross and parade you round these streets for centuries to come. It's quite daunting, isn't it? Think about it. Is that your fear, that you can't come out because in the programming of you, you're going to get crucified? Time to beat that fear. My name is Trevor Owsley, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care.